Welcome to the exciting and new podcast. This is a mini. I'm Jason.
I'm Andy.
I'm Dana.
And I'm Mike.
Well, turn you up.
Yeah. What do we talk? What did you watch this week, Dana? You start us off.
Well, I didn't do too much, but I did watch a new movie on Netflix called Hitman with Glenn Powell, I think is his name.
I saw that out there.
Yeah, it was cute. It's a rom-com.
That's the guy. He was in Maverick, I think.
Yeah, he's
Was
also
he?
the
He
one
was,
with Sydney
yes, he was just in
Sweeney,
that movie.
with her.
Yeah.
Are they
nun
together?
one?
Are they not
Yeah,
together?
I like that one too. I'm
I don't know what that
becoming
was
a fan
called.
of him.
I don't know what that was called.
Anyone but you.
I just know
That's
whenever I
what it's
see
called.
Sydney Sweeney, I just forget whatever else is
Yeah, I
going
don't
on.
blame you.
I'm like, what?
Don't blame you.
Oh, God,
She's
yeah.
very, very pretty. I liked it. I thought it was cute. Tyra did not like it. She started reading a book halfway through, but I liked it.
I saw it too. Most of it. I fell asleep. I was bored.
Yeah.
Was
I
it
liked
like
It was
a
terrible.
love story or
She
something
said
like
it
that?
was
It's a rom-com,
yeah.
yeah.
Oh, okay.
So, I mean,
But it's not funny.
no, it's not funny.
So here's a rom-com with no
Yeah.
calm.
He
Is it
pretends to be a
a
hitman.
rom-drom?
He's undercover pretending
A
to be a hitman.
rom-drom?
A rom-drom,
Rom-drom?
yes.
Rom-drom?
Rom-drom, that's a good
Isn't
one.
that just a drama then at that point? Like
Yeah.
A romantic
a
drama?
romantic
Yeah,
drama.
pretty
Most
much.
dramas have romance in it. Right?
And then I started watching a show that I always thought was really dumb, and I said I would never watch it, and I can't
Seinfeld?
stand it. No, I've seen that many times. And I was like, oh, I hate when people talk about it and quote it, and I'm like, this is awful.
Airplane.
And I love it. A TV show.
TV show.
Wait. Hang on.
Gilmore Girls.
Recent show?
I love the Gilmore Girls. I've watched it since the beginning.
Recent show? Like in the last 20 years kind of
Yes,
show?
and it's over.
It's over?
Yeah.
Big Bang.
Yes, Big
I don't know
Bang.
why I would guess Big Bang Theory because
Yeah.
you said
What
it was
made you
probably
guess that
stupid.
right away?
I don't know because it was either going to be that, The Office, or Modern Family.
Well, I've watched all those,
those seem
so,
to be the
yeah.
I was going
three
to say
that
The
like.
Wire next. That was
But
my
you
next
said
No,
guess.
comedy,
no.
right? Didn't you say comedy?
No, she didn't.
I think I said sitcom, maybe.
Okay, I think
Oh, you did say
I thought
sitcom?
I might
you
have.
did.
I might
Yeah.
have.
As soon as you said that, my brain went right to Big Bang Theory.
And I absolutely love it, and Tara loves it too. And I always thought, oh, this is really stupid. Like, they're just so corny. And
See, now it's stupid
And
because
now
I
I
watched
love
it.
it.
But like, if you haven't watched it, you got 12 seasons
I
or whatever.
know. I don't know how many, but I have a lot.
I've watched that show probably all the way through 2 or 3 times.
Yeah,
Yeah.
me too.
The more I watch it, the more I
Yeah.
hate myself for watching it because I'm always like, why does anybody hang out with this fucking guy, man? Like, I
Sheldon?
just don't understand it. And as I'm watching, I'm like, this would be the time I'd walk out. I would have been like, you know what? You guys can all come over to my place
Yeah.
because I'm never coming back here again. But I get it. It's
So
a
he
TV
doesn't
show.
get any
You
better?
got to make it a TV show.
Yeah.
That's okay. My
It's
girlfriend's got us hooked on Young Sheldon.
Oh, see,
I'm not
not
gonna
watching
watch that.
Yeah.
No.
No.
But I think it's weird because I guess
That
2007,
just
I
ended,
don't
right?
think it's that
so.
long ago. And like they were doing like turning their lights off with their computer. And they were like, oh my God. I'm like,
yeah, I remember
oh, this
that
is
one. Yeah,
so
yeah,
weird. Like to think it, feel like this is a recent show and that technology, they're like, oh, they're so amazed by it.
Well, you
It's
got to
pretty weird.
figure the show ended probably, about 5
I was
years
gonna say
ago?
about 5 years ago,
And it was
yeah.
on for 12 years.
It was
so
2000.
17 years ago. Yeah.
7 it started 2007.
2007.
Wow, I didn't watch it until it was in syndication. It was on like TBS
Okay.
every
TBS,
night.
yeah.
I
I
was like,
started
oh,
watching
okay.
it as
Yeah.
well because it was on like 7 or 8 episodes at a
Yeah.
like at a time.
I remember like I never knew the timeline because you'd watch it like for an hour and Penny and Leonard are together and then I'd watch
Yeah.
it the next day and they're not even talking to each other. I'm like, wait a minute. I'm like, is this the next or not the next
Yeah.
episode? For years I didn't know.
I know a lot
what was
about
going
it just
on.
from hearing people talk about seeing clips and different things, but I'm hoping I don't get annoyed with it because right now I think it's cute.
Well, you're gonna get a lot of like pop culture references in there
Yeah.
too, so that's
Yeah.
a lot of fun
Yeah.
stuff that you're gonna like.
Yeah.
You know, so
But
So you're watching it in order? You like
Yes.
start at the beginning? You want like how far
where
are you
are you
in?
watching it at?
HBO Max.
Okay.
Which I don't know why, but the app, and only this app, does this thing where in the middle, you'll be watching a show on HBO and then it'll just make this weird, terrible noise like your speaker is blowing, then the volume will go real low. But if I do the 10-second rewind, it goes back to normal.
Really? That seems
Constantly.
weird.
You know what?
Never had
I
that happen.
hate the HBO app so much. It's only the HBO
I don't think
app.
that's ever happened to
When
me.
I watched HBO, I think it was with Red Dawn last week. I was watching it, and there was like a green bar on the bottom, and I had to like go out of the whole app,
Yeah.
close everything down, come back in,
That's
and then it was
sometimes
fine.
we have to do that
But
too.
That's never
Yeah.
happened on
Oh,
like
like that.
Netflix or Amazon
No,
or anything. It's
it's
only
only
HBO.
HBO.
Yeah, I've
Very
had
weird.
issues.
Problems with Paramount Plus.
Paramount Plus, okay, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know why. Like some of them have that, but
No,
maybe it's
it's very weird.
their
But
servers are.
other than that, I went to the beach on my day off.
Really?
Went to Belmar, and it was gorgeous.
Nice.
I've never
What
been
day
to
off?
Belmar
Was that-
before.
was that
It was Friday.
Nice.
Oh,
Yeah.
you've never been to Belmar?
No, we tried to go one year, and there was like a road was closed, and me being directionally challenged was just like, all right, I'll go left, and then
Yeah.
I ended up in Avon. which is a super nice beach, but it's for like really rich people.
And it's also pronounced Avon.
I was just gonna say, isn't that
No,
Avon?
they say Avon.
Do they really?
Yeah.
I always say
Yes.
Avon, like
Me
Avon
too.
by the sea or
But
whatever.
everyone there was saying Avon. So,
So you're like, you're like,
I know. At first I'm like, we're in Avon, and then I felt really
It's like
stupid.
people that pronounce Worcester. I'm like, come on, it's Worcester. Like, who do you
Yeah.
think you are?
Fancy pants.
It's funny that you're watching Big Bang. Michelle and I have been watching Modern Family for like the last 2 months, and so I think we just finished season 5. Cameron and Mitchell just got married. It was the two-parter marriage. I don't know if you guys ever
they were on
watched
the
it.
bus and everything.
Because
Right?
they kept getting- there was a fire and they had to keep moving it. And I mean, it's one of those shows like, listen, it's not deep thinking, but it's really fun when, especially Jay gets on board with like all the things that
I
are
kind
going
of want
on.
to watch
Yeah.
Ed O'Neill's in that new.
The Clippers
yeah,
show.
I want to check that out because he's playing. What's his name? I can't think of his name right now.
I do not remember
Is this
his name.
based on real like
Oh,
true
yeah.
stories? Is
Yeah,
it?
it's a
Okay.
true story.
He was the owner of the Clippers. This just happened in the last 5 or
10
6
years or
years.
so.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
He was the owner of the Clippers. He was dating a much younger
He had a wife.
black woman, I think. I think
Yeah.
she was black.
Wait,
or she
I thought he was
some-
racist.
Oh, totally. He said
He said
told
not
her,
to she
don't
can't
bring
bring
all your
black
black,
men, yeah.
don't bring any of your black
And
friends
she
to
said
the owner's box.
especially
and stuff
Magic
like
Johnson, he said, especially
so he
Magic
said all this
Johnson.
stuff, and she
shit.
taped him, and it got out, and he ended up having to sell the team.
What the hell was that?
Wow.
Donald Sterling.
Donald Sterling.
Okay. Oh,
Yeah.
that seems so. It's like a mini series.
Yeah,
I made my brain get that.
Is it by the same people that did the Lakers one? The
I don't know if it's the same people, but it looks done well because
The
there's that
girl
lady
who
from
plays-
Hacks, Jackie Weaver, or whatever her name
Yeah.
is. She's good in it too. She plays his wife.
The girl who plays the girlfriend. I've seen her in a lot of things, so I wanted to watch
They
because
should
of
have
those
picture
two.
of her. She's wearing the hat where it's like the visor's over her face.
Oh.
I keep seeing that part
Yeah.
in the
Seen
the
that clip
clip
a
that I
couple
see.
times.
Yeah.
Interesting. Good for her.
Besides Modern Family, I watched 2 shows this week. Started 2 shows this week. I will not be finishing either of these shows.
Ooh, non-Rex.
One of them was from like 2019 or 18, Netflix. 9 Perfect Strangers.
Oh, I watched.
I
that.
don't know why Michelle thought I would like this. She's like, "Oh yeah, this is something you like." Well, she got me with Bobby Cannavale, Michael Shannon, Regina Hall, Melissa McCarthy,
Yeah.
Nicole Kidman.
I don't like her, yeah.
Nah, but
I
Nicole
love that show.
And I was like, "Oh my
I
god,
can
yeah,
see why
like
you
I'm
didn't
in."
like it, though.
I mean, it was just like White
Yeah.
Lotus. Like halfway through, I'm like, "Is this just a bunch of like rich
Yeah.
people with problems?" I'm like, "Who the fuck cares?"
It's
And so I
based
stopped
off a
watching
book.
it.
Oh, that's why I said it should have been a Fantasy Island remake.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
But Nicole Kidman was very weird in it.
Yeah, and I will never
but
know.
I
'cause
liked
2
it.
episodes in, I was like,
I can see why you didn't like it, though.
not
I
for
could
me.
totally get
and
it.
then I watched the first 2 episodes of Acolyte, the new Star Wars show, and no way. I'm done.
I never
I'm
even
done.
heard of
I saw it
Mike's
come out.
looking at Mike's looking at you.
What
like,
is it
haven't seen
on?
it
Oh,
yet.
yeah.
I
So-
saw it come
Disney?
out, but I didn't.
I guess, yeah.
It's on Disney, but I didn't
never
watch
heard
it.
of
Yeah.
Whose story is it? I mean, like,
I
It's
don't know.
100 years before.
So it's nobody that you know?
No one you know, and there's no one in it that I know. There's no like, oh
Star.
hey, cool, like
Yeah.
with Andor, you had Stellan Skarsgård.
Mm-hmm.
So there's nobody in this, but like, I mean, like, oh, you know who's in it? Carrie Ann Moss is in it for like a minute, but
Oh, okay.
They're good fight scenes at least because it
Listen,
looked
man,
like it could have been.
I honestly think Star Wars is not made for me anymore. As a middle-aged white dude, I just
Yeah.
don't think Star Wars is made for me because everybody's a woman, everybody's a minority, and it's not that it has to be that way. It just is that way, and I'm just kind of like, huh. So
The problem is they can give it to us that way, but just give us a good story. They're not giving us
it's not a good story,
and that's the problem.
I mean, I don't want to spoil anything, but the first episode, there's this young girl, and she kills Carrie Ann Moss in the first like 3 minutes of the episode. Three minutes in, she's dead, and she's on the run. And then you're following this girl and the Jedi, an Asian guy, a black guy, and a maybe whitish
Walk
woman.
into a bar.
Go track her down, and oh my god, guess what? It's not her, it's her twin, and it's a whole twin thing.
Whenever
I'm
they
like,
throw in twins
fuck
out,
you.
I hate the
Well,
whole
one show-
twin.
I know one show with
With Sarah Michelle Gellar?
As soon as they
No wonder it
said
got
like,
canceled.
oh, but we thought your twin died, and she's like, well, maybe she didn't. I was like, you have lost me already. And that was maybe like a half hour into the first episode. I watched the first 2 because they were released, but it never got any better. And
That makes me so angry when they throw
I
in a
was just like,
twin.
why
That's
are we
annoying,
doing
yeah.
this?
Yeah.
Why are we doing this? And who's allowing this to keep happening to Star
Yeah.
Wars? I think Star Wars is done for me. Unless I think I am totally done with it. I'll never watch another Star Wars thing again unless a new movie, not a show, a new movie comes out and I hear this is made for me again. Because I've seen every single Star Wars movie in the theater. The next one I will not see in the theater.
So it has
unless
nothing
I
to do with the casting. It's the story for you. Like it's boring. It's stupid.
The story's terrible, but also the casting is obvious.
But
it's so obvious that it's just like
you finished The Mandalorian. If that the next season of that,
I'll watch Mandalorian because I was into that, even though the last season was terrible. But
if you look
I don't
back
even
at
think I
Star
finished it.
Wars, really look back at it, it is a kids' movie.
of course,
Totally.
he made it for his kids.
Right.
Yeah,
Totally, and that's why we had Ewoks and Jar Jar.
But I think that's part of the reason why it's not for you anymore.
Maybe
It's
you're right, man. Maybe
for
I'm just
kids.
too old for it now. But I liked.
Like you still have the nostalgia of liking it, the
Right.
original movies, as a kid.
But
because you
let me
watched
tell you
them.
something. I would have liked Obi-Wan if they made a 2-hour movie out of that instead of a 6-hour TV show out of it. Because there were parts of it I really, really liked. But there were
the fight,
major parts of it that I hated.
Them coming together and fight made no sense.
Oh, my God.
So let's not bring that up because that was a sore subject for.
I don't think I
for a
watched
while.
that.
I finally watched it by myself, and then Michelle found it. She's like, "You watched that without me?" I'm like, "Listen, I saved you 6 hours of your life that she wasted on me watching that stupid fucking 9 Strange Places."
You want to watch a
whatever
good
it was.
Harrison Ford movie? I watched one this week. It's called American Graffiti.
Oh yeah, you
Can we
watched
consider
that?
Yes.
a Harrison Ford movie? That's more of a Ron Howard movie, right?
Yeah, Ron Howard.
Richard
But we were
Dreyfuss.
talking Star Wars. So.
No, I get it.
Well,
And
he did
George
Solo,
Lucas.
so I guess I could have talked about him. Yeah, but I watched
that's
American
right, he did do
Graffiti this
Solo.
week. That's a lot of fun. Ron Howard's a dick in that. I forgot how much of a dick he is in that to Penny Marshall. No,
Cindy Williams.
Cindy Williams. Excuse me.
Shirley, not Laverne.
Penny Marshall is a few years down the road.
Is that before Happy Days or is it
It's
during?
1973, right before Happy Days.
Okay. So
Happy Days
we don't
was
know
in
any of those people.
74.
And no, we don't know anybody now. Richard Dreyfuss wasn't anybody yet.
Richard Dreyfuss.
None of them,
nope.
huh?
Yeah.
Wow, that's
Yeah,
amazing
yeah,
how many people came in.
Jack was in there. You got him going on.
Do you know this at all, Dana?
I've
Wolfman
seen it.
Jack
No,
is?
but I've seen this movie before.
But you don't remember who Wolfman Jack was?
He was an 80s, no, he was a
70s.
before the 80s DJ, but in the 80s he had a commercial where he was doing whatever KTEL Records or whatever
Yes.
KTEL Records were at that time. And he would come out, he's like,
the two-tone beard.
yes, it's salt and pepper, but much more salt, I guess.
Yep. And then I watched the newer movie. I watched Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes.
And that's the newest
That's the
one, right?
newest ape movie that's out now. I liked it a lot.
Did you really?
Yes.
I'm so glad. I've heard good things, but I've also heard some bad things.
Yeah,
but
I really liked it. It's about 100 years in the future. Caesar's dead, obviously, and then you got this group that Caesar. They look up to him. That's like their religion almost. So they're like, "This is for Caesar," So you got a bunch of. It's maybe 90% ape, 10% human.
good. That's the right ratio. It might be a little high human around there.
Yeah, but that
Should be 95.5.
That's what I like. It was more ape, and there was a good story there. I liked it a lot. I recommend it.
I'm excited for that. The kids and I were planning on watching all 3 of those movies
Yeah, I
and
gotta
go
get
and see them in the theater, and then we just didn't.
Already?
Yeah.
Oh wow.
What's wrong?
He was telling me where I could watch it.
Oh.
In the theater and paying for it is what he said.
I told him to
does.
get the popcorn.
Yeah. Get the
Did
popcorn
you get a special
bucket.
bucket?
Yeah.
It's a big ape.
We watched the first one in
Have you
that
seen
series, but
the popcorn buckets for Deadpool and
No.
Wolverine?
Are they making
No.
fun of the Dune one?
yeah, I saw
Yeah.
there. Yeah.
It's a big head of Wolverine with his mouth
Oh my god, that's awesome! And you have to put your hand in Wolverine's mouth. Yeah, the Doom one is ridiculous, but I
Yeah.
still want one. I've looked every
saw
once in a while.
one
I
on
go on
eBay,
eBay. And I'm
yeah.
just
I like that
how
they
much-
do that now. It was fun. Like I got a lot of the Taylor Swift ones when
Did
they
you?
came out. Yeah, I got two.
Wait,
well, I got
all-
two
how
different
many
kinds.
different
The
ones
theater
were
you
there?
got them?
Yeah, at the theater. So they had a plastic one, they had a metal one.
Oh my lord!
So I got one of each, and then I got the girls one, and then
And
they
then she
had
got
cups.
the album. You had to get the album, the one that comes with the
I
album.
didn't get it. Yeah, I would have. I do want to get a record player just for that. But anyway,
Now is she coming back again in the next year? Did I hear the
she's
tours
coming
continue?
here again. She's coming back to the States
You should start collecting albums.
for
It's fun.
a few one. I know. I
No,
need to get a
it's
good
not.
record
No,
it's
player.
not.
We went and got
It's an excuse to make you buy CDs all over
not
again.
CDs.
That's okay.
Yeah.
We went to the dog groomer yesterday. It was in Bordentown, so I went down to
That
the record.
3 LP Ween
I
album.
went
You
to
tell me you don't want that one? That looks awesome.
You don't,
3 different
you don't
color,
have to talk
3
to
different
me.
colors. I mean,
But we went to
it's
the
already sold out.
record collector down the street there.
Oh, you went to stop in there? Yeah. Randy was in there.
No, sorry, not the Randy Now place. The other one, the one that.
That one, okay.
The
It's
one
in
that's
Bordentown. You're
down
in
the street.
Bordentown,
Yeah. But all it is, it's so funny. You walk into a record store now, and all it is records. There were no CDs, no cassettes, obviously, but even
Some
though I heard
cassettes
those
are coming
it's
back,
retro
yeah.
for cassettes now. But old records, and now it's all new records.
Well, because they're
used
stopping.
records.
There's a
Oh.
lot of bands that are releasing only on
Digital,
on record and cassette.
Yeah, they're not doing CDs
They're not
anymore.
doing
And that's what I'm saying. You're getting
CDs.
most of the shit's just digital. They just put it out and
They'll put it out digitally. That's your digital release. CDs are the digital release of the old man, but
But what they're going to
stream
end
it
up doing
digitally.
is it's the same thing. It's like a vicious circle. You know, buy cassettes. Cassettes
Oh,
are the way
yeah.
to go. Now buy no.
just like with
Rebuy it on
Blu-ray and
CDs.
4K now,
I don't
you
think
know what I
cassettes
mean?
are
I
ever going
now-
to make a
and
comeback.
now- buy it
Cassettes are
on
not
record.
a good option.
No,
Although,
they'll never make it.
I mean,
For collectors,
Cassettes
but
are coming back.
yeah, but
it's not gonna
there's
be a
nothing
thing.
good about a cassette
No.
that trumps records. Records
Yeah.
are bigger. You have the artwork. They sound better.
Why don't Laserdisc
But,
make a
yeah,
comeback? I
but they're
love my
a pain in the
Laserdisc
sound
ass.
player.
better?
yeah.
Cassettes
I have Wizard of Oz
sound
on
bad.
Laserdisc.
I had,
And there
I had
are
Star Wars.
I just don't understand why cassettes are coming back, other than hipster doofuses.
That's
Well,
pretty much
Of which
it.
I
But
am
that's-
one. I'm not
But that's
insulting them.
it's the record company pushing it because they can get you to buy the
Of
same
course,
thing
man.
for
I-
the 14th
It's
time.
merchandising.
The thing is, like with Taylor Swift, she put out that latest album of hers. There was like 80 different packages you could get. This color album, this cover album, this, and it's all the same thing, but it's just different packages. And then
Yeah.
people are
Now,
spending
did your nieces buy
hundreds and
how
hundreds
many
of
different
dollars
versions
on
of
it.
They
those
don't.
albums? Oh,
They-
yeah.
they just buy
They
one.
Get album.
Yeah,
Do they
they
each
just
get
buy
one?
the one. I think
a different one?
Brianna's more into it than Julie, so I don't
Which one's the
know.
older one?
Brianna.
And how old is she now? She's
She'll be
graduating high school.
18. Yeah, she just had her prom.
She going to college?
Yeah.
Like, where's she
yeah.
going?
Easy,
Ocean
guy.
County?
Easy.
I was going to ask you, you take your Taylor Swift albums with you to college?
Yeah.
That seems like you bring your Taylor Swift albums to college.
Yeah.
You're getting beat up.
She going to college?
Could you
I
wait
know.
down where she's staying?
Like, seriously.
My niece just had prom last night.
I know.
She's
she
going
had,
to Alabama.
She
in the
she
fall.
had her
Oh,
prom.
she's going
Yeah.
to U of Alabama.
She is now
Joe
a Crimson,
Namath's,
Crimson Tide. Yeah.
Joe Namath's.
Yeah. I'll tell you, all the girls her age are into it. So
Okay.
she does. She has a lot of records.
What's she going to Alabama for? Do you know what she's studying?
She's like probably like communications. Ellie's going to be like in front of a camera.
Yeah.
I always thought she and Logan would make a good news team, but now Logan's a chef.
Yeah.
It's funny though. With
Speaking of that, The Bear season 3 comes out this month.
Yes, it
Bear,
does.
House of Dragon, and The Boys,
Yeah.
all
Yeah.
in the next couple days.
And not that any of you
Wait, is
care,
House
but
of Dragon
Bridgerton.
tonight, or is it
No,
next
it's
Sunday?
next weekend.
Next Sunday.
Next
It's
weekend.
coming out for Father's Day.
Just in time.
For Father's Day?
Yeah. It's great, you know. Your daughter can marry your brother. I mean, what father doesn't want that?
House
So-
of the Dragon was surprisingly good.
It was
You know,
amazing.
I was thinking it was not going to be good.
So was
but,
I.
You know, but
I finished Golden Sun the other day. I think I talked
Oh,
about it the
yeah.
last time, and I was looking through my books. I'm like, I got to start reading another book. I've never read the Game of Thrones books. I started Game of Thrones
Yeah.
Friday night.
maybe
Okay.
by the time you
I'm
get
like-
to the end of it, the whole have the next
He'll have
book
another
out.
book out.
He
Yeah.
won't. That's the thing. He won't. I went through four and a half or 3.5.
I read the first one.
Yeah. I read the first 3 and I started listening to the 4th one and I was just like, this is so
I
boring.
refuse to read anything that doesn't have an ending already.
I know.
Or at least
I-
one
I
insight.
know.
But I've heard
Like-
nothing but great things about the books themselves. I know
Agreed.
the show ends terribly. I saw it. I suffered
But it's
through
gonna,
it.
you know, the books end where Jon Snow dies.
Right, I know
so
that.
you're not getting any further
Because
than
I remember
that.
when that
Yeah.
happened, one of our friends, Brian, not any of the Brians on this podcast, but he was like, that's
know
all I
another
know.
Brian?
Yeah, he's
Jesus.
like, that's it. He's like, that's all I know.
Yeah.
So, yeah, Mike, what have you been up to since the last time you were on, man?
Well, I'll tell you what I've been watching. I've actually started. I rewatched it from the beginning because the new season just started. Is Evil.
I've watched the first couple seasons of that.
I
and,
really
yeah.
like that.
Was that with Ben from
Yes.
Yes,
Lost,
yes,
right?
From
Yeah.
Lost.
Ben
Yeah.
from Lost on is in the dude that played.
Power Man.
I was gonna say it's either one of the Marvel guys on
Yeah.
the Netflix shows. Yeah, he's in it.
And that the Indian dude who used to be a correspondent on the Daily Show.
Oh, okay, right, yeah. It's good. I've watched the first couple seasons of Evil. I
It's-
enjoyed it.
It's the X-Files with a church twist.
Yeah, the problem with it is it's on like CBS prime time, which means
Yeah.
I'm
No, it's been
never
on-
watching it.
No.
Oh, is it not even on CBS
It's-
anymore?
No, it's
Paramount now?
completely on Paramount. So there's no nudity or anything, but there's a little bit more
They can
sex.
say
and
shit.
They say shit and fuck and,
Yeah.
you know.
Oh man, I don't have anything else.
You got
for this
anything else
mini-
you've been watching, or
I'm sorry?
anything else you've been watching, or movies, or
Nothing really, no. I
you
keep
know-
looking around and it's like there's nothing to watch.
Watch Civil War.
That was good.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's on my list.
Civil War
I
was
definitely
excellent.
want to see that. I just
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that one a
I
lot.
had a great time with that. And Fall Guy was good. Not
Fall
great.
Guy was
Fall Guy
okay.
was-
saw
I
that?
saw
Okay,
Fall
I had
so
fun
Guy.
with that one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of the third movie. Oh, I watched Spaceballs yesterday. Just because it was on. I was like, I caught it with like a minute in. I'm like, I guess I'm watching Spaceballs today. And I did. And the Phillies were in London the last 2 days. That's baseball. We had to watch. This house is a baseball.
Did you see
house.
Jackie?
Did you watch Tires on
No,
Netflix?
I've never even
Shane
heard of
Gillis
it.
Michelle
series
texted
on
her during-
Netflix.
She's like,
No, how
Where
is
are
that?
you?
I saw
It's
the.
very funny.
Is it okay?
Yes, Tires season 1.
I finished
boy,
it. It was really
yes,
good.
Tires was very
so
good.
so stupid, but so funny.
Yeah.
They're coming back for season 2 already. They're filming season 2.
Cool.
And it should be done like by the end of the weekend. Right?
I would think so.
Yeah, I would imagine they don't have a lot of.
As long as it was rain
Editing.
They
already.
did it in like two.
There's no
two
editing,
locations.
no nothing.
Who
Yeah.
else is in that? Because I'm not the biggest Shane Gillis fan.
No one that I know, right? Who was his boss?
Stavros is the
Yeah,
only other one I
okay.
knew. Yeah.
And then there's Chris O'Connor's in it. Tommy Pope, Andrew Schultz.
Okay.
I know Andrew Schultz.
Yeah.
Which one's he? I don't
He's the
even
one with
know
the
who
weird haircut.
He's
one of
the
the
Italian
two
guy
Italian
from
guys.
The Dagos.
Tommy-
the tall one, the taller one. Yeah.
Tommy Pope is the other guy. He's a
Okay.
comedian as well.
Is that,
yeah.
we say Dagos? My kids are Dagos. I can say
Yeah,
that right.
that's fine.
It's really good though.
Half
Check it
Dago.
out on
Okay,
Netflix.
yeah.
They're only
Yeah.
20-minute episodes. So
Right.
There's only 6 of them. You can
you'll
watch
fly
it.
through it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was actually disappointing when it ended. I was like, oh.
I did too. I didn't realize it was the last
like,
episode.
come on.
I was very sad.
Oh, Paramount Plus is doing Behind the Music again.
Oh,
Like
new ones?
new behind the music?
Yeah, they just did one on Wolfgang Van Halen. That was pretty good. Actually, it was
fun.
mostly
That's
about
cool.
him.
They're doing
It's about
new,
Van Halen.
new episodes. That's fun. Yeah. I'll definitely check that out. Also, check out Spreaker. Download, rate, subscribe, review, do all those fun things. We are the exciting and new podcast on all of our socials. I'm the Jazoo on Instagram, Jazoo74 over there on Twitter, X, whatever they call it now. This has been the exciting and new mini podcast. I'm Jason.
Agonzo1 on Twitter, Agonzo1970 on Instagram. It'll always be Twitter to me.
Dana Caps on TikTok, Dana Caps77 on Instagram. I'm Dana.
And I'm Mike, and I don't have any social
Yeah,
media.
you
Somehow
do.
we find you.
I
though.
tag you.
Somehow we tag you. No one ever wants to give their shit away. All our guests are very private people.
We've had a couple giving it away, right?
Oh, we have a couple giving it away. Oh, yeah.